Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me for our class today. Say hi as always and let me know where you're watching from. My name's Shan. Oh, we've lost my name. There it is. My name's Shan. So say hi. And this week we're back on YouTube again. If you want us to stay on YouTube, keep sharing, keep watching, keep liking, let your friends know because we'd love to stay on YouTube with you. So keep watching. Today's lesson is all about fluency and how to be fluent in conversations. So together we'll learn some really useful set phrases, some linking phrases, some idioms, and some pronunciation to help you be fluent in your speaking. Let's say hi to a few people. Hi, Sinan. Hello. Thanks for joining us. Hi, Sehi. Hi from the Ukraine. Hello. Hi from France. Sylvie's in France. Hi, Julian in Colombia. Happy to be here. Happy you are here with us. Say hi. Hi, 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 hi. Oh, so many people saying hello. Nice to see everybody. Hi, Brian. Welcome back. How's it going? Very good. Yes, we're going to start with some useful phrases. So keep saying hi. Keep letting me know you're here. I will share as many comments as I can and I'll help you. I'll correct if necessary. This is your chance to join in. If you're watching this lesson on replay, don't worry. You can still practice. You can still comment. And you can also pause, which is something you can't do in the live lesson. Let's get started. How to have fluent conversations. Number one tip, learn set phrases, not individual words. English speakers, when we speak our language, we use set phrases. We don't put together words. That's very hard to be fluent. So let's get started with a quick review. We're looking at some phrases of how to start a conversation. So Brian's given us one, if you remember what he said. But can you look at these four phrases and match the word in the correct space? This is a quick warm-up. So as quickly as possible, write this in the comments. How's it? Number two, how are? Number three, how have you? And four, how are you? Now, of course, you can, just say, how are you? But English speakers don't use this all the time. We have different ways to say, how are you? Right, don't forget to give me your numbers. So we have Jody says one is going. Christy Bean, yeah, which number? Don't forget to give me your numbers. Going, doing, been, things. I think you've written them in order. Does everyone agree with that? Yuko says, I try to use phrasal verbs. Yes, we're going to have some of those coming up today too. Well done, everybody. Let's check. Okay. Going, doing, been, doing. Yes. So, number one, how's it going? How's it going? Number two, how are things? How are things? Number three, how have you been? This one you can probably use more when you see someone you haven't seen for a while. So if you see your friend this morning, in the afternoon, you won't say, oh, how have you been? Because you only saw them this morning. But if you see someone after 2 or 3 weeks or months or years, this is a good one to use. And number four must be, how are you doing? Now, before we continue, that brings me to my second hint, the schwa. Hopefully, if you followed us, you know this sound. It's this this lazy sound, and it's everywhere in English. And we also link words together. So let's look at these starters. You can say them after me, and don't worry, if you can pause as well if you are watching on catch up, or if you're watching live, go back after and practice. But let's look at quickly how to link those. So number one, how's it becomes linked. So, hi, how's it going? How's it going? Number 2, becomes a schwa. Hey, how are things? How are things? How are things? Number 3, how have you been? How have you been? How have you been? You becomes yeah. How have you been? How have you been? And same with number 4, becomes a. How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? Go back later and practice that. Don't worry if it's tricky, but it is useful to know because when you're listening to native speakers, that's how we speak. How are you doing? All right, so let me know, how are you doing? Let me know in the comments, how's it going? How are you feeling today? We're going to have a look now at some native speakers using that. You might recognize these 2 voices, but listen to which 2 questions are used. So a very short conversation. Just listen. Hi, how's it going?
Yeah, not bad, thanks. How are things with you?
Good, thanks. I've just got back from holiday. What have you been up to lately?
Well, actually,
Okay, so did you recognize those 2 voices? I'm sure you did. It's me and George. That was a very natural, fluent start to a conversation. So don't worry if it was tricky. We're going to look at it together. So I'm going to play the beginning again. Which answers do you hear? So listen to the beginning and can you fill in the gaps in this sentence? Listen again, just to the first one. Hi, how's it going?
yeah, not bad, thanks. How are things with you?
Okay, so can you write in the comments, what did you hear? What did you hear? Okay, write in your comments. I've told you what words there are. Oh, yeah, not bad. Thanks. Very good. What's the next bit? Yeah, not bad. Thanks. Good afternoon. Hello, Luigi. Good. Not bad. Yeah, things. Thanks. They sound a little bit different. Not bad. Thanks. How are things with you? Okay, let's check together. Yeah, not bad. Thanks. How are things with you? Excellent. Well done if you got that. It's quite fast, so don't worry if you didn't. Now, listen to the next part. How do I reply? Can you listen? Thanks. I've just got back from holiday. What have you? What did you hear? What did you hear in that answer? Now, the 2 questions we ask are, how are things with you? And what was the other one you heard? Oh, very good. Quite good. Thanks. Yes. I'll play one more time because it was quite fast. So listen again for the second question. Been up to lately?
Well, actually,
Hi, how's it going?
yeah, not bad, thanks. How are things with you?
Good, thanks. I've just got back from holiday. Right, what do I reply? I've just come back from holiday. Almost, yes. I've just almost. Right, let's check the answer. Don't worry if it's not exactly the same. The main thing when you're in fast conversation is that you understand the gist. But good, thanks. I've just got back from holiday. Very good. Okay, so we said to learn set phrases. Now, the next phrase that we ask, or that I ask, is a very useful phrase for conversation. So, what lately? Listen to this. What is the question I ask? What have you been up to lately? I'll play it one more time. What have you been up to lately? What words are missing there? What do you think? And thank you for joining us. We are here on Facebook and YouTube. So we're here every week at the same time, 1:30. Don't forget, there'll be a worksheet, as always, that you can click on and find at the end of this lesson. All right, back to your answers. Very good, very fast. What have you been up to lately? Excellent. What have you been up to lately? This is a set phrase that we use. What have you been up to lately? It's very common in conversation. And it just means, what have you been doing? but we often say up to instead of doing. Now, this one is also very fast because I use the schwa and I link a lot. So, have becomes of, what of. You becomes ya, what of ya. And been becomes been. Listen again, and if you want, you can pause and repeat.
What have you been up to lately? What have you been up to lately?
What have you been up to lately? So in fluent conversation, it's very important to link your words together. As I said, don't worry if this is tricky. It will help you understand. What have you been up to lately? What have you been up to lately? Okay, so we have looked at two things so far, some set phrases, how to start a conversation, and a useful question, and some linking. We're next going to look at linking words and phrases. So these are words that we use to guide the conversation. So here are some examples. I'll make it a little bit bigger for you. We've got basically, actually, by the way, to tell you the truth, well, to be honest, anyway, and So we're going to listen to the next part of my conversation with George. And I want you to listen and tell me which one linker do you not hear. So one of these you won't hear. So listen out. It's very short, so you'll hear a lot quite quickly. But which one do you not hear? Conversation coming now.
Actually, I've just done a cooking course. Basically, it went very well, and so I've decided to open a restaurant.
Oh, wow. To tell you the truth, those cakes you made last week were pretty disgusting. Oh, by the way, it's my birthday tomorrow.
Oh, right, well, I won't be making you a cake. Anyway, I've got to go. Enjoy your birthday.
Not sure George is very happy with me after that. But which one linker did you not hear? There's only one. Which one did you not hear? Oh, very good. Lots of people are giving me the correct answer. To be honest. Very good. To be honest was not there. The others were all there. Don't worry if they were fast. We're going to have a look at the meaning of why we use them now. So, the first thing we heard, I said to George, what have you been up to lately? And he said, I've just done a cooking course. So which linking word do we use to give some surprising information? George doesn't normally cook. It's unusual, but he's given me some surprising information. So let me know in the comments, which word did he use to give some surprising information? Someone says, Unabi, use so. Yes, so is another linking word. Yes, very good. Yeah, and well are more fillers. So it's just to give you time. Well, we use these a lot, but we're going to look here at some of the words with some meanings. Everybody is giving me the correct answer. Actually, yes. So he said, actually, I've just done a cooking course. So we use actually when you're going to say something surprising or when you want to correct information. For example, if someone says to me, Sian, you're not a teacher, are you? Actually, I am. I'm an English teacher. So we use actually to correct information or to say something surprising. Actually, I won a competition yesterday, a singing competition. That would be very surprising. So we use actually a lot. And care for the pronunciation. Actually, we just say actually, actually. Okay, so that was the first one, actually. You will hear that a lot in English conversation. Next, he said another word, which was to summarize. So he didn't tell me all the details about his cooking course. It's too much information. He just summarized and said, it went well. Which words can we use to summarize in a conversation? Can you remember? Some people are saying sing us a song. Definitely not a chance. You could say but that's not to summarize. Is just to give yourself time. Basically, very good. Basically, it went well. So we use basically just to summarize. Okay, basically, I had a good day. Basically, the holiday was good. I'm not going to tell you everything. I'm going to tell you the summary. So this is a very useful word for conversation when you don't want to give every detail. And again, pronunciation, basically, basically, 3 syllables. We don't say basically, we just say basically, basically. Or that's what I say. Maybe some people pronounce it differently, but basically. All right, the next one we heard was me. I was very rude to George. So when you want to give someone your opinion, particularly if it's rude or insulting, what did I say? These were 5 words which made a linking phrase. What did I say? So we generally use this when you're going to say something that's not particularly nice. Well done, Brian. Well done, Sinan. Some people are saying, to be honest, I didn't, but I could. I said, to tell you the truth. To tell you the truth. This, to be honest, is the same. But remember, we join our sentences together. To tell you the truth. To tell you the truth. You'll hear this a lot in native speaker conversations. To tell you the truth. And it's often, not always, but often something that's not polite. All right. And finally, now this one, I decided that I wanted to change topic. I'm bored of talking about George's cooking course. I want to choose a new topic. It's my birthday tomorrow. What did I say? What linking word with 3 phrases? 3 words to make a phrase. Very good. By the way, yes, exactly. So we can use by the way if you want to introduce a new topic. Oh, by the way, have you heard? Da-da-da-da-da is getting married. By the way, have you heard? There's a party at work tomorrow. So we use this a lot to change topic. And finally, to finish the conversation. So George was fed up of talking about his cooking course. I've got to go. So what can we say to finish a conversation? Some people are saying, well is more just to give yourself time. Yes, Osgul, very good. Anyway, so we use anyway to finish a conversation or change topic. Anyway, I'm going to change the topic. Anyway, I'm having a party tomorrow. Or anyway, I forgot to tell you, there's a meeting at work. Or it's a very good way of finishing a conversation. Anyway, I've got to go. I'm having my hair cut. Okay. We also use it to go back to a topic. So we could say, anyway, as I was saying, it's my birthday tomorrow. So these linkers are very useful and they are everywhere in fluent conversation. So we've had 3 tips now to help you set phrases, the schwa, use linkers and fillers. And another thing we use is idioms a lot in conversation. So we're going to look at a few really useful idioms that you can use to sound more fluent when you're speaking. So here's the first one. Come on, spill the what's happening in your life. So when you want to share some gossip with somebody, you want some news, what idiom? There are 2 possibilities here. One is more modern than the other one. So let me know which one you want. Okay, Ella has both, or Ellie, sorry, tea and beans, yes. And Naiko, yes, very good. Spill the tea. Careful, yeah, beans, very good. Happy birthday anyway. It's not really my birthday, sorry. I lied. Basically, I just wanted an example. But thank you. It's my birthday next year. Right, so come on, spill the beans is a more, oh, not old-fashioned, but it's been around for longer. Nowadays, particularly younger people will say spill the tea. But these are idioms to share gossip in conversation. Very good. What about this one? When you're having a conversation and you don't want to give all the information, we use this idiom. Well, to make a long short, I've lost my job. So what can we say? Latanya says, what does spill mean? Sorry, I've lost your message. I have my water. If I knock it and the water comes out, I spill my water. I won't do it because I have a computer here, but liquid accidentally comes out of your glass. So spill the tea, spill the beans. Yes, not literally. These are idioms. All right, excellent. Everybody is saying story, story, story. That's a very useful idiom. Very good. To make a long story short, I've lost my job. So you can use this in conversation if you just want to summarize. What linker can we use as well? Can you remember? We can also use basically. You can say, basically, I've lost my job. Or to make a long story short. Right. Excellent. Lots of people are using it in a sentence. We'll have some examples soon and practice. Right, this one's very good because often people are busy and we have conversations and we ask, what have you been doing? How are things? This is a useful answer. I'm completely under with work. I have so much to do. What can we say? I'm completely While you're giving the answer, don't forget, keep joining us every day. Every Thursday at 1:30. Keep sharing this with your friends. Make sure that we stay on YouTube as well. And don't forget to come back and tell everyone about us. Free lessons, lots of different topics. All right. I'm completely, Aki, very good. I'm completely snowed under. So this is a useful idiom when you have so much work. You are almost snowed under. You cannot get out. You have too much work. You're very busy. Very good. Halemi, busy. Yes, excellent. All right. This one as well is very useful for gossip. I'm listening. What can we say? I'm all. Tell me everything that happened. So if you're having a conversation and chatting and gossiping, what can we use? This is a useful idiom for conversation. Oh, very good. Some of you are so fast. Careful, you need an S on the end. Some people haven't got an S. Yes. Let's have a look. Fatima, excellent. And James, excellent. Excellent. I'm all ears. Obviously, not literal. You're not all ears. You just have two, but it means I'm listening. I cannot wait to hear your news. I'm all ears. Well done. And one more idiom for you. At the end of a conversation, anyway, it's time for me to hit the go to bed. How can we say this? I need to get some sleep. It's time for me to hit the... There are two possibilities. Some people are saying, yes, Fabiana, sack. Yes, some people are saying hit the hay. Yes, that's another possibility. It's time for me to hit the sack. That's an idiom to say, gotta go. I need to go to bed. If you're on the phone, it's time for me to hit the sack. I need to get some sleep. Right, very good, everybody. Excellent work. We're going to have a tiny bit of practice of those. So here we go. We have a little, I'm not going to match them, but there's a little summary here of the meaning. So if you'd like to take a screen grab or a photo or just pause, here you have the idiom and its meaning. So if you want to remember these idioms. But we're going to have a little bit of practice. So these idioms are all incorrect. Can you make them correct? I can't have a holiday. I'm snowed in at work. What is the problem there? And don't forget, if you want more practice, there'll be more practice on our worksheet. So look for that link when this lesson finishes. Right, I can't have a holiday. I'm snowed in at work. Oh, yes. Kuso, very good. Ellie, yes. Snowed in is when it's literally snowing and you can't open the door. But when you have too much work, I'm snowed under. Very good. What's the problem here? I'm exhausted. It's time to get the sack. That's a very different meaning. Do you know what get the sack means and what is the problem? What do you think? Hello, if some of you have just joined us, don't worry, this lesson is available for a few weeks on Facebook, but for forever, hopefully, on YouTube. So check out our live lesson playlist and you'll be able to watch past live lessons on YouTube. All right, so I'm exhausted. It's time to hit the sack. Yeah, sack is like a bag, literally. Hit the sack as an idiom means go to bed. But if you get the sack, this means you lose your job. So this is why it's important to get the right words. Get the sack means you do something wrong at your job. For example, maybe George opens or goes to work in a restaurant. His cakes are terrible. He gets the sack. I'm sure that's not true. But hit the sack, which is the correct idiom here, go to bed. I'm exhausted. It's time to hit the sack. So you need the correct words. And here, share the beans. What's happening in your love life? What can you say? Eve, what time do you teach? We teach, these live lessons are 1:30 on a Thursday. So don't forget to join us. Maybe someone's just said, maybe I told the boss that his cakes were terrible. Yeah, that would be very mean. I wouldn't do that. They're not that bad. Okay, spill the beans. Yes, spill the beans or spill the tea, not share. You have to spill the beans. Excellent. Right, a little bit of practice for you now. I want you, using what we've learned, to ask me how I am. Don't use how are you. Can you use one of the phrases we had today? Don't say, how are you, Sean? What can you say? Fill in the gap or fill in the comment. I haven't got any yet. I've still got lots of spill the beans coming through. How can you ask me? Oh, fantastic. We have Martha. How have you been? How have you been? Oh, I've been really good, thanks. How have you been, Martha? What's going on with you? Betia, how have you? Good, almost, but how we need to change to what? What have you been up to lately? You can say, how have you been? Or what have you been up to? And what have you been up to means what have you been doing? Okay, so what have you been up to lately? I've been doing some exercise, some new classes, some dance and weightlifting. I've been working. How about you? What have you been up to? Let me know in the comments. All right, so I want you to reply now with something surprising. So what have you been up to? Can you use actually to tell me something surprising? Actually, what can you say? Lots of spill the beans. Lots of people are asking, how have you been? Very good. Excellent comments. But you tell me now, what have you been up to lately? Joa says, you're not bad in English. You have just you've written actually, you've used a very good linker and given us some information. So you are definitely not bad at English. Actually, what are you into right now? What do you like doing? Very good. Renit says, actually, I've been a bit under the weather these days. Good idiom. You're not feeling very well. I'm sorry to hear that. Get better soon. Alejandro says, basically, I'm going to work late. I'm going to get to work late, or I'm going to be late to work. Excellent. Very good. Actually, I'm starting a new course. Congratulations. What's the course in? Oh, Tanya, actually, I passed. So remember ED? I passed the exam. Well done. Congratulations. Here it says, actually, it's my first time. Welcome to our class. Come back at this time every week. We will be here. And James said, actually, I'm all ears. I'm listening. Very good. Well done, everybody. Let's keep sending me. Can you now tell me, change the topic suddenly? Can you use by the way and change the topic? Oh, actually, I climbed mountains. Congratulations, Hannah. Very good. The adventure of life. I'm delighted to see you here. Here. Very good. Actually, lots of people enjoying their first class. Keep coming back. We are here every week. Very good. And we've got a question. What's the difference between have a lie-in and stay in bed for long hours? We don't really say stay in bed for long hours because it's too long and you have to think about the grammar. We use a set phrase, have a lie-in. On Saturday, I'm going to have a lie-in, and it means stay in bed. I'm going to have a lie-in. I'm going to have a lie-in. You could also say oversleep, but that is if you accidentally sleep too long. And this is a topic that will be coming up soon. We're going to look at this vocabulary in a live lesson coming up very soon. So keep coming back. Hi, Melissa. I'm going to say hi to a few people. I also now want you to end the conversation. Can you remember which linker we use to end the conversation? Another people, what am I drinking? This is green tea. I'm actually drinking a cup of green tea. You didn't know about this live? We keep telling people, but nobody knows. Keep sharing. We will be back every week. Yes, very good advice, Bosco. Excellent. I'm going to read a couple more. Don't forget to finish the conversation. Oh, Jody, by the way, it's my birthday on Monday. Happy birthday for Monday. What are you going to do? Hannah says, how's the weather in London? I'm not in London. I'm in the south of the UK, but it's similar. It's not far from London, and it is cloudy and quite grey, but there's a little bit of sun. Cloudy and quite grey. Manuel, I'm going to spill the beans. Actually, I'm married. Congratulations. Did you recently get married? Excellent use. Julia says, I have to get going. Me too. Anyway, it's time to finish the class. Thank you very much for joining. Come back next week. The worksheet link will be there for you in the next 10 minutes. So don't forget to, basically, you can go to our website and get a new link, okay, for our new worksheet. To tell you the truth, it's been great talking to you all. And basically, I need you to come back next week. Anyway, time to go. See you soon. Goodbye.